Today is September 21st at 6 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Ms. Del Toro, can we do roll call?
Ida Escobar, absent.
No.
Anita Vela,
Present.
Diana Ruiz, absent. Olga Cardosa,
Present.
Emma Rosales Garcia, absent. Claudia Garcia,
Present.
Mary Q. Gonzalez,
Present.
I'd like to make a motion to excuse all the absent members.
I so move. I second.
Motion passed.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to do the approval of minutes from last meeting for May 25th, 2023.
I so move. Second.
Motion passes.
Moved by Ms. Anita Vela and second by Ms. Mary Quintanilla.
Thank you.
Gonzalez.
Okay, now we have the presentation of director.
Hello, thank you very much. My name is Adolfo Garcia. I'm the library director for the city of Pharr. Thank you very much for coming to our library board meeting, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and meet with us so we can present you some of the things that we've been up to at the library and programs, children's reference, and at the DRC, and some of the things I'll be talking about in the director's report. I'll go ahead and get started with some of the basic stats, finishing off the fiscal year end of September. However, these stats are just through the end of August. As you can see, the gate count, the number of people walking into our through our doors is very healthy. I think compared to last year and the year before that, we far exceeded our expectations. The DRC is almost at 25,000 people walking in through the doors. And at the main library, our gate count is a little bit over 106,000 people since the start of the fiscal year. Yeah, it's quite a good number. Compared to other years, I think traffic has been picking up, and people are starting to come over to our library, both south on the DRC in South Pharr and the main library. Circulation of books, transactions, a little bit over 42,432 at the main, and 7,176 checkouts at the DRC. As far as revenues, again, healthy for the number of people that have required our services. DRC, it's almost at $6,500, and library revenues at the main library is $37,864, and the cafe has far exceeded our expectations. I think we had projected less than 15,000 revenues for the cafe, and we've exceeded over $17,000 in cafe sales. So it's pretty good. Of course, it all goes back to our city's general fund, but at the same time, it's an added service that pays for itself, and a little bit more. Any questions on the revenues?
No, not revenues. I have a question on your circulation. That's a lot. It's a big number. What is circulation? What does it include?
With that, it's inclusive of all the books that are checked out through our libraries, whether it's children's book, adult books, and any other fictional novels that are checked out at the main library and also at the DRC. DRC is primarily, I think, it's children's books, but any bestsellers, currently popular books that get checked out, those are the transactions that we keep track of.
But it's strictly books.
No, it's DVDs as well.
Okay, that's
Yes.
DVDs. What?
DVDs,
Uh-huh.
which are movies
Okay.
that we check out to our patrons here at the library, and
Most-
we have a little bit of audiobooks as well. They get checked
Okay,
out.
but those are books.
One stat that I don't include here is our digital library. That's kind of a separate statistic through the Idalocana library system, and that's a separate statistic that we keep track of, but not necessarily for this library because our digital library through the cloud is for the entire county. So that's we keep
So-
that in a separate account, so to speak.
Most of this number are books.
These
books
are
that
hard
you
copies.
hold.
Yeah, these are your classic
Okay, and
hardcover
the-
books or
And
softcover.
the reason I'm asking about that is because, we no longer receive the monitor every day of the week,
Exactly.
only on Wednesdays and the uh, weekend edition,
And-
which is
yes.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
Yes.
So those of us that are used to monitor since Columbus discovered America, way back, we miss it. And there was an opinion by one of the employees, one of the heads of the monitor, that, everybody's now online, right? That's why they're cutting it. They don't have the circulation that they used to. So I don't understand that. If that many people are checking out books and reading,
Yes.
yeah, what happened to this?
I can't speak for the monitor. But I do, I do agree with you. It's a change. Times are changing. People are moving
know.
into, I guess, a digital version of the same the same news, but in a different format. However, we do carry the monitor Wednesdays and the weekend edition.
I know, and
In
I think
addition to
I'm-
that,
I'm-
other
I'm gonna-
newspapers.
I'm not gonna pay for mine anymore. I'm just gonna come and read it at the library.
Yes, we are we are working with our staff to make whatever was available on print now available in an easier format to our patrons who might have a hard time adjusting to the new format. If you want to step to our reference department, we're making sure that the newspaper is available, whether it's digital or in a hard copy format. But of course, the hard copy is only Wednesdays and weekend edition. So.
Well, if they lower the subscription, maybe I'll just continue to have the 2
Yes.
days, the
Yeah.
2 issues.
It is unfortunate, but regardless, we're still going to carry whether it's a whole week or just 2 days
For
out
a
of the
while,
week.
maybe.
And we
Okay.
are paying the same amount. I don't understand, yeah. But it's
But a lot
available.
of people are still reading, reading.
Yes, the reading
And
is there.
That's the thing.
Um,
People don't, I think the heading on it was, people don't read anymore. What?
Yeah.
No, they do. They read a lot more now.
Yes, so these are hard copies that are being circulated at both DRC and our main library.
The intellectuals read, darling.
Where we're in the business of providing the information, people are more than welcome to come to the library and check whether it's a digital format or a print format. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vela. As far as our financial stats, ending August, end of August, of course, we have a little bit over $1.7 million. We're at 75% of that. And then through the end of September, I think we'll see that we might spend maybe at least 90% of our budgeted amount.
And the new one starts in October, correct?
October 1 is our new fiscal year. So speaking about October 1, we did submit our fiscal year 23-24, and it was approved on Monday by the City Commission. On that note, it is going up a little bit. We're going to see an increase of about $100,000, and that's meant to replace some of our aging furniture pieces that we have at the library because they were there since Columbus discovered the New World. So we're replacing that. The furniture that's been there since Columbus was here.
Brought on the ship.
Yes, he brought it from Spain. Literally, I think we have furniture pieces from the old world.
Antiques.
Yes. And as you remember, back in the day, we used to have those library card holders, or the way you used to look for books, index cards. So card catalogs. We kept the name, but it's online, the catalog now. But we still have one of those old pieces that we refurbished, and it's in the archives, local archives. And every time we have a tour, I show the kids, look, this is how we used to look for information these card catalogs. You bring them out. There's a bunch of cards. You have to look 3 different author, subject, and title to be able to look for one book. Imagine now it's just so easy just to Google something or go to a database and find that information that some of us were used to, spending a whole night trying to find, our research for whatever paper we're writing. But it is there in case, Ms. Vela, you want to see one of those.
If I
Go
wanna
back to
read
memory
something.
lane. So, library programs for young adults also have increased thanks to our reference department. That she's going to cover a little bit about that. Right now, what we're doing is we have September is National Library Sign-Up Month, so those that don't already have a library are more than welcome to come and get the library at no charge at the library, or replace their cards that they either lost or misplaced. Come stop by the library, because you will need your library card to access our digital resources. So, and along those lines, with National Library Card Sign-Up Month, we did partner up with PHA Adult Literacy with Ms. Nora Galvan. She's been very helpful, and she reached out to the library in the summer to see about us partnering up with them in the start of the school year, so we're able to tell the parents and students about our services, about all the books that we have, hard copies. And the parents have been being very receptive to us going to them and knowing about the library services, not only here, but also in South Pharr. And I think our reference supervisor will, elaborate a little bit.
And I want to thank Ms. Del Angel and Ms. Argelia Castillo, because they've been attending. And the parents are so receptive. This morning, we went to Kennedy Middle School, and I think we had like 40 parents. So, I mean, I actually saw their faces lit up, because we do want to start an adult book club.
Oh, good.
So, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for partnering up with us. I know that one of the things that they did want, and most of them were asking just for a little bit more information on the DRC, to be marketed a little bit more.
Yes.
But, I mean, they love it. The partnership is there. So, again, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, DRC is a little bit of a nickname. We call it Development and Research Center.
They actually said that. They're
Pero-
like, why doesn't it say library? Because, it'll be an easier process to walk in there.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
I still can't get used to that.
because it is a multi-use facility, se le quedó just DRC, but officially it's the South Pharr Library Branch.
Yes.
So you must walk in to be able to see the library sign. But yeah, I think we'll moving forward, make a better effort to market it as our South Pharr Library.
Yeah, because we have so many services, and I mean, you all do an excellent job. I mean, a phenomenal job. And the way that Ms. Del Angel was explaining everything, I was in awe, as well. So
Yes.
again, thank you so much for doing that partnership.
And
Thank
she
you.
works for the district, that lady you're talking about? That was doing the great
Ms.
job.
Galvan? No.
Ms. Del
it was
Angel,
Ms. Del
she
Angel.
works for the city of Pharr.
Oh,
She's a supervisor
okay,
with
you're
the city
talking
of
about
Pharr.
her, okay.
Yes.
Okay, I
Yes.
heard Nora,
Yes.
but the other lady, I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
who
was
you were
speaking about
talking
Nora and how she approached us during the summer before school started about, doing partnering up and doing outreach with our parents from the school district so that they can know about our services.
Well, that's nice.
Thank you.
All right, as far as special projects at the main library in DRC, we're pretty much almost done with updating all of our lighting in the first and second floor. We have a whole new makeover in the children's department, so I would encourage not only our board but our public to stop by the main library and swing by the children's department, and you'd be able to see a lot of the new stuff that we've made available in the children's department. New furniture requests came along with our new budget, so I'll be making plans to meet with a couple of furniture vendors to see about updating our antique furniture. This new year also, fiscal year, we're also planning on implementing the Family Place Library programs. At our last meeting, I had talked about us getting a grant, so the grant we've already spent all the money from that grant, allowed us to get new furniture in the children's department. And In the second floor, we're also streamlining our collection. A lot of from research shows that if you streamline your collection so it's not doesn't look so crowded, it looks more inviting. So a lot of people, go to the second floor and say, okay, it just looks nice and clean, so they're able to go and get their books easier on the second floor. And we're also setting up for our fall and winter programs. Start of fall is this weekend, believe it or not. I know it doesn't feel like the fall, but it's just the way the weather is. Can't help Mother Nature. But we're glad to start promoting that as soon as supervisors can get to it. Any questions regarding the short presentation? All right. Thanks again. I'll go ahead and give the rest of the time to Mike, and then the other supervisor will cover some of the stuff that
Okay.
they're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Singletary. I'm the manager at the Development and Research Center. I'm going to go over a few events that we had for the months of July and August. On July 3rd, 10th, and 24th, we had Border Perspectives. That's a nonprofit organization that partners up with Border Patrol, and they do different projects like they purchase clothing and shoes and food to the migrants that are coming over. July 5th, 11th, and 24th, we had Texas A&M AgriLife expanded food nutrition class. It was just a nutrition class that we had during the summer. She had a fairly decent turnout. She had about 6 to 8 people. July 13, we had Cafecito con Mamá. That was held by, I believe it was the radio station that's there in South Pharr, Radio Manantial. I wasn't here for this event, so I'm pretty sure they told me that they had a good turnout. I was out on vacation at that time. July 13, 14, the Pharr Parks and Recreation, they had their pickleball tournament. The pickleball there at the DRC, it's picking up. They're getting 20 to 40 people, so it's getting really popular. July 19, the Chamber of Commerce for the City of Pharr, they had a health and wellness class. July 20, Pharr Public Works had their block party. July 26, they had a back-to-school health fair. They gave away school supplies and backpacks. And for the month of August 1st to 8th, again, we had the Texas A&M AgriLife expanded food nutrition class. August 3 and 9, we had Customs and Border Protection. August 4th, we had a big event with the Pharr Bridge and the Texas International Produce Association. For that event, it was a really large event. They had booths in the exhibit hall, and they had classes in the conference rooms. August 12th, the library had their annual Lucha Libros. It was a success. We had about, I would estimate, around 300 people show up to that event.
Awesome.
And we partnered up with the South Texas Literacy Coalition, and they provided books to all the children that attended that event. So they enjoyed the wrestling, and all the kids walked away with a book. August 24th, the Pharr Bridge, they had an International Warehouse Summit. Again, that was another big event. They used both the conference room and the exhibit hall. And those are the events that were.
What did they do at this event?
Which one? The
The
warehouse?
last one you just said,
The
the
warehouse?
Pharr Bridge International Warehouse Summit.
It was just a summit. They had different shipping companies, the frozen storage companies, the bridge of the city, and I believe they had county and state representatives there too. So it was a really big
Yeah.
event. Yeah.
I have a question. Are
Yes.
we sending flyers to like the local surrounding schools? They're close to the DRC just to make them aware of the
Flyers?
events that are happening?
No, we have in the past,
Mhm.
but we haven't done that this year. Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll go ahead and do
Start
that.
it again?
We'll
Yes,
start, we'll
please.
start
I
it up
think that
again.
would
Yeah,
be
I know
really
during
good.
during the pandemic, they kind of
Mhm.
like were really, we got
Coming out
a
of
lot of
it.
pushback to, not really go to the schools, but now that it's more relaxed, we can probably go to all the schools and drop off the flyers.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem. Oh, and my staff, my circulation staff, Laura and Brenda, they provided the candy bags that you all have.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank
Thank you
you.
for all their hard
Thank
work.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
and happy Halloween.
Likewise.
Are y'all having an event for Halloween out there?
Over there, no, we just give out candies on that day. But as far as the city, the only event planned is the Trail of Terror.
The Trail of Terror.
Right.
Oh, that's scary. I attended last
Yeah.
year.
Oh, and
Yeah.
Reference has a scary story contest as
Oh,
well.
wow. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, but she'll talk about it later.
Reference has a scary story contest.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Mike. Next, we'll have reference supervisor talk about some of the events and programs that we've been having for teens and adults.
Okay, thank you.
That'll be Paula.
Good afternoon. My name is Paola del Ángel, and I am the reference supervisor for the Pharr Memorial Library. And I will be presenting to you all the events that we're having, or we've been having for the month of July, August, and what's September, and what's coming for October as well. First, for July, we had a writing workshop. It's called Talleres with Seboshli, and we had a pretty good turnout. It was 30 adults. So that happened on the 8th, July the 8th. And then we had a teen event, which was geometric pattern drawing. And we had 5 teens and 2 adults, because sometimes they'll come with their parents. So we invite them to include them into the craft, and so that they can work as a family as well. So it was that. Also, we're becoming more active on Facebook, on social networks, and we're noticing an increase in participation with the public. And so you will see that here we had on July the 14th on Facebook 6 adults participating. So what we do there pretty much is we post questions or a trivia. So we'll give them multiple choices, and they'll interact with us. They'll give us their answer A, B, or C, and then at the end of the day, it's through the day. And then, like, if it's on a Friday, then on Monday, we'll let them know the answers, and then we'll congratulate them. We'll post a thank you for participating, and it's been really successful. And so also we have been working more with teens, and their attendance is increasing as well. We had on July the 20th an activity including painting by numbers, and we had 18 teens participating in that one. So that was successful as well. Then on the 22nd, we held our monthly screening of a movie, and we had it became a family movie time, because we were aiming for teens, but then we thought, why not make it a family? Why not give the opportunity for families to come together and just join us for a movie? And it's been successful as well. 22 individuals, 22 family members came that afternoon. And also another trivia on Facebook, 8 adults participated, so little by little it's been increasing there. Also, so since we won the award for families, we've been thinking more of family activities, since we do cover teens and adults. And of course, if any children are with them, we'll include them as well. And that counts, in partnership with the children's department. So we've been working together as well. So we'll provide some large coloring pages, and we will place them on the tables on the circulation first floor, and we will invite families to come in and join us for a community drawing event, and it's been pretty successful as well. Also, in Spanish, we're also offering programs, and so a community member came by, and she said if she could start a reading club in Spanish, and of course we welcome that. And now it's becoming a weekly. They meet on a weekly basis, and it's been steady. It's a steady group from 6 to 6 members every week they meet. And what's new about this? It's not only that we're providing a program in Spanish, right? But also that promotes literacy, and that it's we're testing a new way to interact with patrons or with the community, because we're offering it through Zoom as well. So they'll meet on a study room, but also we're sending a link through Facebook, or I mean through social network. We're providing a link through Zoom, and people will join. Actually, we have patrons joining from digital or virtual patrons joining from Austin, Texas as well. So people are participating in their, through the library, through the Pharr Memorial Library. They are participating in a reading club. And
And
so
this is every Thursday still going
every
on right
Thursday
now?
still going on. Yeah, it's gonna keep on going. And so I'll try to make it as quick as possible. So we offered on August another teen craft. This had a zero turnout, and we're thinking there's a trend in there, because there's another one here that deals with pencils as well, and teens were not interested. I guess they're still, since they're still on vacations, they were like, nah, maybe next. And so that was fun, because that was funny, because we noticed that in both activities that dealt with pencils, they weren't interested. We'll see. Um, so after that, we held on August the 7th, we held another craft dealing with pottery, and then we had again 3 teens and adults. So it's with them with their parents participating. Facebook back to school trivia as well. It was really successful. 22 adults participating on that one. Then another community member came by, and he offered to teach dance workshop, or offer some free dance lessons for middle schoolers mostly. And so we had 3 teens to showing for the first session, and that's been ongoing. We're still having 2 more coming up here in September. So it's for the whole month of September. We're having that technology workshop that we just started as well. This is for adults, but we also welcome teens if they need help with anything dealing technology. Say that they want to get an email, they want to set up an email, we'll help them. If they want to learn how to use Microsoft Word or PowerPoint, anything like that, we'll help them on a 30-minute allocated time, Mondays and Tuesdays. We ideally it's through appointments, but we also take walk-ins, so we'll work with them. And to be honest, any time of the day, we'll still take them if they request that service, and staff allows it. So also for Teen Crafts, August the 14th, we had 10 teens attending that one, so it was successful. We see that they enjoy art, and so we will try to provide as much as we can, focus on more of that programming. Movie Saturday for August, we had 8 individuals, so that was still, a good turnout for that one. Teen craft, again, like I said, pencils, they were not interested in those, but hopefully the next one they'll join us. Participants for another Facebook trivia, that was 5 adults on August the 25th. And the Club de Lectura, again, Spanish reading club, 5 to 6 individuals on a weekly basis for that one. And what's coming or for September, we already started, of course. We have been having a lot of events. I was just trying to see if I had already covered them. No, okay, for September, and you will also see our calendar of events. Texture painting, that already happened on September the 14th. By the time we submitted the report, we hadn't, held it, but now that it just happened, it was 10 people who attended, 10 teens, so that was good. For the Ojalata Art, Teen Art, it's just happening right now from 5 to 7, so we still, I saw, when I left, I saw about 5 teens, so I was happy to see that people were still participating in that, and probably, who knows if we got more. So what's coming also is on Thursday, September the 28th, we're having a teen event dealing with comic books, and we're showing them how to create their own comic book. And then folk dance sessions are still running through the month of September, like I had explained before. Also, it's important to share that we've been we've been going out to the community. We did two outreach events. We participated with Nuestra Clínica del Valle, and that was a healthcare event happening in San Juan, Texas, Saturday, August the 8th. And we went to promote our services. And I think it was really successful. We're talking to the community, we're reaching out, and we're sharing with them a lot of information, and we're letting them know that we're there and that what we're about at the library. We also went to Region 1 ESC Office of College Career and Life Readiness. This program, it's called Find Your Voice Family Literacy Event, and pretty much what it was high school seniors that are transitioning to or ready to apply for college, and they were there with their parents for conferences. They're teaching them how to apply, how to get ready for college, counseling advisors, and so we're promoting our services there as well for teens. As far as activities goes, programs, yes, but also as part of the reference department, we're letting them know that we're there for them. We have study guides, we have databases, we have all the tools that they need in order to further their education. And we also provide services that sometimes they're not aware of, because and that's what we do at the outreach with PSJA now, to let them know that yes, they do have their library over there, their school library, but we're the bridge between their school library and the city. We provide services as well on the weekends when they can go to their school to work on their projects, and so parents can go with them and they can participate in their programs as well. They can read, they can look for other information, they can just go watch a movie, and so that's what we're doing. We're trying to reach out to our community. And so that happened on September the 7th. We're including our August calendar, but it's pretty much what we talked about. We are translating our calendars now. We're offering them in Spanish as well, both English and Spanish. So that's another thing. And on the back of the calendars, we're also including the description of the events. That's important because sometimes people will say, well, there's something happening, but we don't know what's about. So we're making sure to inform the people what they're about. We're also trying to promote our Galleria. We had the children's exhibit for the month of August that was really successful as well. And the Cloud Library for the in conjunction with the Circulation Department and the DRC, we're promoting that as well. I know that for outreach, we're also partnering with the DRC. They're lending us their vehicle, and we're taking one of their staff members as well, so that we can promote it together and make people aware that they're there. And that's what we're doing for the following week. That's what we're trying to do. As far as the flyers go, we're also talking to librarians as we go to each of the schools, and we're exchanging emails so that we can send them flyers, digital ones of our events there at the main library. Of course, the DRC, that's what we're doing as well. Starting next week, September, and then October. What's coming for October? Really quick. For October, we're having our 9th annual Halloween writing contest. And we're thankful with the Friends of the Library because they are, through them, we're able to offer cash prizes. $100 for the first place. Second place will get $75 and $50 for the third place, both teens and adults. And we're also, this year, we're including Spanish as well, so we're accepting both English and Spanish entries as well. And that's what's coming up for the month of October. Also, the Galleria, we invite you to come by our Galleria. We're having an art educator. She's going to talk about her art by the end of the month. And so we'll have a reception for that as well. And that is it for the reference department. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
You do a lot. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would like to see like more pictures on Facebook, just to keep it a little bit more updated, because I mean, you all do a tremendous job. I mean, there's so many events that you all do, and just so that you all can get showcased a little bit more. I think that'd be a good idea.
Thank you. We will try to do that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. As you can see, se habla español mucho en la biblioteca de Pharr. Así que a lot of our programs are geared towards bilingual or even completely in Spanish, depending on what program we have there at the library and at DRC. Next, we'll have Brianna to cover some of the children's programming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So before we dive into our August and September report, I have a brief report about our summer reading program because we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet, and we had a great turnout. We had a total of 64 programs that we hosted throughout our summer reading program, which spanned throughout the entire month of June and the first month of July. We had a total of 645 participants this year, which was a significant increase from last year. And we had a 60% retention rate. So 60% of those kiddos actually completed the program, which is phenomenal. That was a huge increase from last year as well. We read over 20,000 books. When we told the kids that at the pool party, they were very excited. They were very proud of themselves, and it was great to see that. So we're really excited for next year's summer reading program, already getting ready for that in the midst of all of these other programs that we have going on as well. So now moving on to August, we introduced 2 new toddler programs for our children's department. One of them is called Movin' and Groovin' at the Library. We're using one of our staff members who's a trained dance teacher to help children with their gross motor movements and all that kind of stuff so that they're dancing, they're moving. If they're having a hard time walking, she's helping them with that. We have so far had 4 total programs and have seen a total of 65 program attendees. So that has been incredibly successful. We also have a sensory toddler time that we've been hosting on Saturdays. The kids can explore the world through their senses, so we'll have water beads or even pasta for them to play in or something to that effect. We've had 4 programs with that as well and have had 45 attendees. Several months ago, we announced the start of our From the Desk of initiative, wherein we feature local authors to help teach children about what it takes to become an author. Last month's was incredibly successful. It was from the desk of Dr. Isais Rodriguez, and we had 75 total workshop attendees. That was the biggest one we've had so far. When I tell you that children's department was packed, it was incredibly packed. We only have 36 chairs, so just imagine that. We had a lot of kids, and then their parents wanted to participate as well. You know, they got to write a short story, make a little bookmark about plot, so it was a great program. It was fantastic. I'll talk a little bit about our next one in a little bit here. We also...
Where is he
Yes.
from?
He is from Mission. He has written several books. Actually, the one he presented at this workshop was called Mom, Are You Ready? And it teaches children about the importance of being patient with their parents at night, you know, when you're trying to do everything else in the world and your kid just wants you to tuck them into bed. It's a great book. I would suggest checking it out. We also had our first ever children's department art show. We're very thankful that Miss Vela was able to attend as well. And we had 2 children who presented their All About Me projects, which were completed in July. If you had a chance to stop by and check out the Galleria, it was beautiful. They made fantastic projects where they talked about the things they liked, their passions, their hobbies, their favorite colors. We had one little girl that put a glitter dinosaur on there because she said glitter dinosaurs were her favorite kind of dinosaurs. So that was a great program. The kids loved it. They were very proud of themselves, and they've all picked up, most of them have picked up their projects too. We had another special art class in August as well with Mosna. They are a local chocolate company in South Pharr, and they have a children's book that promotes environmental stewardship and taking care of our environment so that we don't run out of things like chocolate, which would be very sad. He came in and did a little caricature drawing workshop with them. The kids loved that as well. So moving on to the next several pages, we have our August calendar. We started doing 2 calendars where we have one for our main children's department programs as well as one for our toddler programs. As you can see here, our goal for the next several months with our toddler programs is to increase to 5 programs a week, specifically designated for toddlers. That's part of the Family Place initiative, as Mr. Garcia and Paola both mentioned. That program or initiative, it really focuses on newer families and helping parents raise their children. And so we're going to be providing services and programs with experts as well so that parents can have access to those resources. We're really excited for that program. And moving on to page 4, you can see all the pictures of the great things that we did throughout the month of August. You see some of the kids posing with their All About Me portraits that they were so proud of. My favorite is the one in the top right-hand corner. That's from our Movin' and Groovin' class. They were playing with the parachute, talking about colors and moving, and as you can see, the parents got involved too. It was a great program. So moving on to September, we had an outreach and art workshop. It was an outreach with the Veterans Home. They made postcards to send to the veterans for Grandparents' Day because it was very sad when they realized that, maybe they don't get cards or calls from their grandkids on Grandparents' Day. So they made cards for them. We delivered them, and the veterans were incredibly thankful and grateful for them. So we're very happy to put a smile on their face. They also made postcards to send to their grandparents. So they learned how to address and mail postcards, which was quite interesting. We have an upcoming writing workshop next week from the desk of Easton and Rich Gomez. They are actually a father and son writing team from McAllen. They write books about the importance of budgeting and saving money. We're very excited for them. The kids are really excited to learn from, a kid like themselves who likes to write and has published a book. We have also resumed our Su Casa Esperanza outreach, which is an outreach with the local Head Start. And once a month we visit Su Casa Esperanza to do a toddler time where they read a story, they sing songs. We've incorporated a dance class and an art class into that outreach as well. We also had Grandparents' Day bingo with local author and insurance agent Miriam Mora. She came in and did bingo with the kids and informed their grandparents about the services that she provides. We have some copies of our September calendar here, as well as our September toddler calendar. And then on page 8, you'll see pictures of our Children's Department renovation project. So we completely gave our Children's Department a facelift. It looks very different now. There's not a picture of the finished product here because I'd like for you all to come see it for yourselves. It looks completely different from what I'm sure you saw as last time. We have several new toys and learning tools for the kids to use there. And as Mr. Garcia mentioned as well, we do have several upcoming fall and winter programs. Our current plan for Halloween is an interactive story time based on the book The Little Old Lady Who Wasn't Afraid of Anything. It's one of those Halloween classics that everyone read as a kid. And so we're going to do an interactive story time with that. Our children's department staff members are going to turn into actors and actresses, and they're going to act out the story. Our tentative date for that is October 19th. I can send you all an email with the flyer as well once we get closer to that date. Did you all have any questions?
That's great. Everything you're doing. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
We didn't have that one.
And we still love the library.
We still love it.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Have a great evening.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for all your hard work.
Thank you, Brianna. So right now we're doing casting for the old lady who wasn't afraid of anything. Make sure that the public knows that they can stop by the library and see if they can play a role in our story time. I do want to thank the Friends of the Library. Like Paula said, they did donate $450 so we can have our cash prizes to all those students, teens and adults who submit scary stories for our Scary Story writing contest. Thank you, Friends of the Library.
Awesome.
Other than that, I think we covered a lot of things regarding our library board meeting here. Please let the people know. I know we're working with the school district to let all of our parents know about all the programming. But other than that, we'll make a note that to start promoting a little bit more on the social media. A lot of times it's a hit and miss as long as when that message, sometimes it gets to the people and doesn't get to the people who don't use social media. So we got to find a balance, and I think once we find that balance, we'd be able to promote our programs a lot more.
And you all do a phenomenal job. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I mean, I know this takes hours, days, to plan all these events. So thank you so much to all your staff.
Okay. Again, thanks for attending our library board meeting. One big event coming up for the City Pharr, just want to kind of make sure that you all know, is the Trail of Terror, the last weekend of October, to all of our patrons in the city of Pharr. It's going to be a free event for the city. That way all of our families can turn out at the Vanguard City of Pharr Nature Park.
Sign them up for more library cards there.
Yes, we'll be promoting our services too. Any questions? That'll conclude my and our supervisor's reports.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I
It's
second.
6:45 PM.
I second the motion.
Thank you and good night.